Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's 60 Seconds of Sustainability. My name is Jason Aboud, and I am a sustainability consultant with Afara in Calgary, Alberta. Dan, we've been getting a lot of questions lately about the future of the plastics industry. Since oil and gas are key inputs into plastic, we've seen massive volatility with the price of both of these commodities lately. Today oil is trading at about $80 a barrel, gas about $5, and this is about double as what we've seen the last year. What do you expect the future of plastics to be, and how do we tackle plastic pollution? You have 1 minute starting now.
Thanks, Jason. Plastic is a miracle material. The product has surged more than 1,000% in use over the last 50 years because it is flexible, it's clear, it's waterproof, it doesn't shear easily, it's light, it's a cost-effective packaging. Humans today consume about 50 kilograms of plastic per person, but this hides huge inequalities across the world. In the developing world, people consume about 5 kilograms of plastic per person. Here in Canada and in the developed world, it's close to 100 kilograms per person. So as we see development occur in the developing world, we should expect plastic consumption to grow, in fact, to skyrocket, because as people get richer, they use more plastic as they consume more goods. So regardless of the volatility in the oil and gas industry, expect plastic consumption to grow and to grow a lot. So that's the first part of the question. The second is, what do we do about it? So without any large interventions, we should expect that 7.7 billion metric tons of plastic waste will occur over the next 20 years. To put that number sort of into context, if you took every human in the world, put them on a scale and multiplied that by 16, that's the amount of plastic waste we're about to produce under a base case in the world today. So what do we do about it? Number one, we need to curb fast plastic demand. So this is going to be a smaller impact, and this is a very big role for government. So we need to stop the use of multi-layered cheap plastics that are unnecessary. There's a real role for government here on consumer education, on incentives, and a role for business and inventory management. But the biggest thing we can do is to begin producing less plastics with fossil fuels. So produce plastic from plastic. So rather than going and getting a virgin fossil fuel, we need to recycle more, and we need chemical recycling to deal with very hard to recycle materials. But we know that we need a lot of investment in infrastructure to make this happen. To give some context, we need to put 430 to 540 billion USDs in investment into infrastructure to make this level of recycling happen. And that's going to close the gap dramatically. And you can see the report that we've co-published with Google. To get more details on that, we'll provide a link. And then lastly, we need to come together. We need to come together to achieve collective actions and goals, because there's no single government, no single business, no single consumer group that can do this alone. We need to work together. So curb fast plastic demand, reduce fossil fuel derived plastics, and then come together. Thanks. It took way over 1 minute this week, so thank you for your patience.